So in a world where creativity is on the rise, more and more people are getting into content creation. I think this is absolutely fantastic, and as a content creator myself, I love the fact that companies like DJI are actually starting to make cameras that are super capable in such small form factors like the Action 5 Pro. I'm filming on the DJI Action 5 Pro right now. I've just done a video on it, and I'm wanting to answer the question, is this the best vlogging camera of 2025? So I bought this camera with my own money in the adventure pack, and I absolutely love it. It comes with this selfie stick, which is really handy to get a whole bunch of different shots and angles, so I could go and put it up there like that, and you can see things a little bit differently. I could stand over here and you could put it a little bit lower so you can see those beautiful palms there in the background, and it's going to give me a whole variety of different angles on such a basic accessory. The Adventure Combo also comes with a camera cage, which is really cool. I have actually upgraded that camera cage to a small rig cage because I did want to put an extra light on the side, which you can do with the DJI cage, but I needed the shotgun mount on the top because I play a lot of golf and I have a shotgun mic that I actually do put into this camera, which I'm not using right now. So let me know how this audio sounds, because this is the audio going straight into the camera. It's a little bit windy outside. There's no shotgun mics, no lav mics, no nothing. We're going to be getting into the lav mics very soon, and we'll get into the shotgun mic very soon as well. But I think that what this camera actually offers in all of its internal things, such as horizon balance mode, which I'm using right now, I love this feature because I can quite literally move this to like 45 degrees and it will still keep those horizons balanced. It has a rock steady plus mode, so if you're someone who's doing vigorous movements and riding motorbikes, it will keep your footage steady. It also has 4K up to 120 frames per second. Crazy. So again, if you're a content creator, then this is potentially something that you're going to want to look at. The Adventure Bundle is extremely affordable. In Australian dollars, I believe it's only $749. Maybe $769, but either way, it's very cheap, and something that really does pack a punch in terms of what it actually offers. Let's get into it. We're going to get down to my workshop. I'm going to run a B-roll sequence and do a whole bunch of different testing on this camera in this video. The whole video is going to be filmed on the DJI Action 5 Pro. So let's check it. Well, that was pretty interesting. We obviously took the long way here to get into the workshop, and we've still got a little bit to go, but I wanted to get some picturesque footage of the golf course and some of the surrounding areas there. And what I did to just create that little B-roll scene is a number of different things. I actually used 4K 60 on the selfie stick. The selfie stick was used for every single shot there, so if you don't have a selfie stick, then the Adventure Combo is definitely the one that I would recommend getting, because it has this quick interchangeable lock that's magnetic that the Osmo Action 5 sits on, and it just gives you so many different options and angles and lengths and sizes and all that sort of stuff that you can use for this great little camera. But I had them in 4K 60, and then I switched to the hyperlapse. The hyperlapse is great to add just to, you know, color and texture the footage in the B-roll to, again, just while you're in that B-roll sequence, get something that's engaging to the eyes of the viewer. All right, so we've made it here into the workshop, and as you can see behind me, it's a little bit messy. But what we're going to do is we're going to go through a couple of things that you can actually do to enhance the watcher's experience of you vlogging with the Action 5 Pro, and how to make that whole thing a little bit better in your videos. So one thing that is really awesome, believe it or not, is just this standard little tripod. Now, this is a little tripod that goes on the Osmo Pocket 3. However, with the Action 5 Pro in the Adventure Pack, it comes with the little attachment that goes on here, this little thing. So then all you got to do is you screw that into your 1/4" mount. So you screw that into your 1/4" mount, that then sits like that, and that's going to actually give you a mini tripod for your Action 5 Pro as well. So let's switch to that. Alright, so now we're on the mini tripod. I have also put the PL filter on instead of the ND32 from K&F, so that's going to make those little highlights in the background just a little bit better, a little bit easier to see through the glass behind me so they're not so blown out. But another way to make this user experience even better is to have good audio. I think good audio is probably the most important thing in pretty much all of YouTube vlogging. So we're going to switch to the DJI Mic 2, Mini 2, Mini, DJI Mic Mini. Always get that wrong. Alright, so now we're on the Mic Mini, and I absolutely love this mic. I feel like the audio just comes through so crisp without even doing anything. There's no audio engineering in the background. This is just straight from the Mic Mini into the Action 5 Pro, and this, I believe, just gives a complete and holistic package when you're looking at the Action 5 Pro. And in fact, I wish they did an invention bundle with the Mic Mini included in it, because that would be sensational. I'm not sure why they didn't, to be honest, because the Osmo Pocket 3, when you get the Creator Bundle, actually has the DJI Mic 2 available in that as well. It would make sense to actually add the Mic Mini or the Mic 2 straight into this bundle as well, because it can connect directly via Bluetooth. There's no cables, there's no anything. And in fact, if you're vlogging like I was in the buggy, there's an argument to say just use this the whole time, but I did just want to show you guys a couple of different options, because I do like a shotgun mic. I like a shotgun mic when I've got other people in the cart, so to be able to have that available is a pretty big bonus as well. But as you can tell, this audio level and quality should be much better. So now I've got the Mic Mini on, I actually have the availability to walk away from the Action 5 Pro. You're still going to be able to hear me really crisp, really awesomely, which is of course a big bonus. But slightly exposing myself here, I now have the ultra wide view on the Action 5 Pro of the workshop, which definitely needs a cleanup. And one of the ways that you can add some texture again into the footage is to add a time lapse. A little bit different than a hyperlapse, but a time lapse of what you're doing. Obviously cleaning a workshop is not the most exciting thing in the world, but the whole point is to get the point across. Let's do it. So I had to stop the time lapse for a minute because I found something. And I mean, this is what happens when you have sneaky kids. I mean, come with me, come with me, come with me, come on me.
Like, what is that? Like, what is that? Like, behind the bin? Like, where the bin was, but just behind it. Like, dumped. Everywhere. Everywhere.
Who was it?
And you. No. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So I think we're going to get to their side of the workshop once we've taken this stuff to the bin. But I mean, again, the whole point of this, in really what's quite boring in just cleaning up a workshop, you can add layers of things that make your video more engaging, that make your video more watchful to the eye. And the Action 5 Pro has that jam-packed into its tiny little body and its tiny little form factor. That means anyone can create a whole bunch of just different content in the one video with this camera. Now you can't do that with something even like a much more expensive camera like my FX30, like my A6700, like all those cameras and all of the lenses that go with them don't give you all of these options. So whilst they're fantastic quality, whilst I love using them, whilst I love creating with them, if you want one tiny little camera and the form factor that's a lot more inconspicuous, the form factor that's just a lot less stressful for you if you're out in public, the Action 5 Pro could definitely be for you. Okay, so the beauty about this little DJI tripod as well is that I can kind of hold it like this pretty close to me. As you can see, my arm's not really stretched out at all. And with the ultra wide that the Action 5 Pro offers, I can have it nice and close and it's still going to give me that field of view. I can also stretch out my arm and you can see how much, like you can actually see way more in terms of field of view if you need it. But if I want to be a little bit closer to you guys, want to be a little bit more engaging, simply just bring my hand close and we're going to do the very exciting task of taking the trash out to the bin. Now another handy feature of this, as I put this in the bin, obviously my hands are not necessarily free. But I can use commands such as start recording and stop recording, and it will. So because I said the stop version of that, it actually stopped it. But you can, how do I word this as I dump this one-handed in the bin, get out, get. We're okay. So I needed to know how to word that in a way that I didn't turn the camera off. But to turn the camera on, you can use voice commands. To turn the camera off, you can also use voice commands. So as I'm walking there and I've got both of my hands full, I can use those voice commands and it's going to start and stop when I want it to, which is absolutely awesome because it makes it also hands-free. So is this the best vlogging camera of 2025? Well, I definitely think it is way up there in terms of a competitor. It offers 4K up to 120 and then 1080p, I believe, up to 240 maybe, which is just insane. And then on top of that, you've got the stabilizations of Rocksteady Plus, the horizon balance, which I personally love. You've got ultra wide, and then standard fields of view. You've got D-Log M, so you can color grade all of your footage. I mean, you've got microphones that can connect wirelessly to give you perfect audio, which is nuts. And then on top of that, you also have a really low price point, which if I'm talking Australian dollars, for the adventure combo that gives you a 3-pack of batteries additionally with a selfie stick and a few other things, a camera cage, only $769. Absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. 4K, 10-bit 422 recording. The only thing that I think that comes even close is the Osmo Pocket 3, which to be honest with you is a little bit of a different camera. It has a gimbal, has a 1-inch sensor. It is a little bit more expensive in the combo, but the combo does come with a microphone. However, it has limitations that this one doesn't really have. It might give you a little bit better image quality, but you can take this one down in water up to 20 meters deep. 20 meters without a cage, which is absolutely insane. If you're going to throw this on a road bike or even a motorbike, the stabilization in this is going to be a heck of a lot better because the Osmo Pocket 3, even though it has a gimbal, it doesn't give you the Z-axis stabilization, which is the up and down. So if you're shaking in a cart, or if I'm even using it in a cart cam in my buggy like I was this morning, it's not going to look anywhere near as stable as the Action 5. So guys, that's a vlog for today. Let me know what you think. I'm going to go back in and actually get some work done. But the Osmo Action 5, what are your thoughts? Throw out the comments and I'll get back to every comment. See you guys.